I'm back. How's it going, everyone? It's been 2 months since I last made a video, and I actually put myself on camera. I'm so excited. It's been way too long. I'll tell you at the end of the video why it's been so long. Let's get straight to the good stuff. That's what we do around here on Fantasy Overwatch Underground. I'm D Hulky, and as far as I know, I'm the only person that ranks every single Overwatch player from 1 through 143, I think. And I'm here today to show you my initial set of ranks and a couple video clips, because why not? Little bit janky today. I can't think of the right words even, but I'm excited. I love going through those ranks. So let's jump straight to it. So let me talk about these ranks for just a second. This isn't me ranking the best player in Overwatch League down to the worst player in Overwatch League. This is for fantasy. If you don't play fantasy Overwatch, you should, and that's what I do on this channel. Although I try to have good statistical and video analysis to back it up. So even if you don't play fantasy, I like to think there's still something here for you. That said, this is what I'm all about. So there's a new fantasy app coming soon. Eyes emoji, I guess. I'll have some more on that soon. We're doing some beta testing, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to be awesome. That said, we got to start getting ready for the season. Finally know we're playing Overwatch 2, timing, yada yada. I know I'm way late. You've got all that stuff figured out. So, on to the ranks. Like I said, I'm not ranking best to worst. I'm ranking expected statistical output from top to bottom, but not just that. It's also based on position scarcity. So if you've ever played fantasy, you know certain positions are going to be more or less valuable than others. Historically, flex support, the most valuable because of how much better their statistical output was than main supports, limiting the amount you have. So there's a whole supply-demand thing going on. I try to take that into account my ranks, plus skill level, plus team, how good a team is, and just my crystal ball that I have as well. So I'm going to go through the ranks. I'm going to show some video clips of players. And I also have a link down in the comments that are somewhere. I know you're supposed to, like, when you're on video, point around where that stuff is, where you can download this list yourself, use it for upcoming drafts, or use it to make fun of me. My top request is I've been busy and haven't been making videos. So you help me by putting really mean comments down there to tell me where my ranks are stupid, and then I'll make another video telling you why I'm actually smarter than you are, because as a fantasy guru, that's what I try and do, right? Justify my stupid rankings. So let's get to it. I'm not going to go through every single player, but we've got our best flex supports on our best teams, typically here at the top. Leave, and if you've seen my previous YouTube video on Proper, you know I think he is amazing, and I rank him only below Leave. Sparkle, also very awesome and on a high octane, high statistical output Dallas Fuel team. I like Yaki better than everybody else. Super for a second here. Super is part of the new category of Hyperflex tanks, I believe, where he should be playing 24/7 for the shock. Plus, he's got some good mechanics to back it up. So I would have never had a main tank this high before. But hey, we're in a world where there's very few tanks likely to get all the playtime and have strong stats to back it up. Super is looking to be very valuable this year. I'm not going to talk through every player. Going to jump around just a little bit. I do love me some NYXL more than the average person this year. You've already seen I'm a big fan of Finn, Twilight, and Smurf Gaga. I'm a little bit skeptical of Smurf. I feel like we've got to keep an eye out for tanks that could get picked up, especially relating to Smurf and Kellen. But I do love Kellen. Let's jump to a clip. Kellen is an extremely gifted monkey player, very good main tank coming from Talon, and was undoubtedly the best main tank that was in all of Contenders coming into Owl. He could be the next Mag, which I know is a bad thing to say after how last season went, but I have some hope for this guy. Now, can he make the jump and play flex tank as well? We're waiting to see what NYXL's final pickup is, and I have a feeling it's going to be a tank because we'll talk about that one some other time. I think it'll be a tank, but I'm not entirely sure. You can see he's got nasty monkey mechanics, And if he's got mechanics like this, he can probably play some other heroes pretty well. We've seen him, he's kind of got the whole gamut on the main tank side of things. Never seen him play off tank, so just like you, I have no clue what's going on. But until NYXL picks somebody else up, I am a Kellen believer for fantasy. A lot of people tell me I have Lee J gone too high. I believe he's got the mechanics to play support 24/7 better than Bebe ever will. A lot of people also tell me I have Chio too high. Dallas Fuel last year, Jexay was the number 12 support. I like Chio better than Jexay. I think he's going to ride the Dallas Fuel bandwagon. Now, Dallas could be worse than they were this last year, but even if they are, I'm expecting aggressive play. That whole team just has an aggressive play that outputs a lot of numbers. Going down the list, I have a whole series of, there's a limited number of DPSs who you really expect to play a lot. And you may not agree with every single one of these names with me. This is my list. Feel free to shift your list around a little bit. But this is where you've got some high ceiling, generally probably low floor DPS players who are extremely good. Tanks are very hard to rank. So I've got these guys, these 4 amazing players above the next crop of tank players. Now, PattyFan. Let's jump to some PattyFan clippage here. Back in the 2019 Gauntlet, I tuned in because I wanted to see this Sparkle guy. And what I saw was PattyFan outplaying Sparkle on Doomfist. Probably not a popular opinion. I haven't heard anyone else say it, and I guess it is a hot take. That's what I saw. He was an amazing flex player. I sort of, kind of, not really follow Valorant, but if you've watched him play Valorant, he just has a chaotic style of play that is heavily based on mechanics. And if he can get back into Overwatch, he has an extremely high ceiling. But he represents high risk, high reward. As someone who's played a lot of different fantasy sports over the years, he's that kind of guy where I have him ranked probably a little bit too high, but some other person in your league is going to be looking at Proper and Leave and Sparkle, and then they're going to pick PattyFan right below him. So I don't know. Maybe I have him too high, but I bet someone else in your drafts will have him higher. If you don't agree with me, don't draft him, but he's definitely a very intriguing player. Because I failed you on the rookie front, you haven't seen any Choron videos, but he is my favorite main support coming into the league this year. I think he is extremely solid, and I'm hoping and thinking he can also transition over to flex support, which is why I have him over guys like Lastro. Boston is really hard to figure out. I really like Crimzo, and minus the bad behavior, also very much like MCD. I think they're both extremely good flex support players. I think I like MCD more than the average person. Okay, I've got painfully low because with Happy out there and with some of the discontent, I could see things blowing up. You want to draft a K way higher, I don't hold it against you. Take a quick look at MN3. Here we've got a clip of Max using grab, and he gets a solid 3-man grab, but we all know the best way to counter grab is with a Widow. And here MN3 gets a 3K that is really impressive. Unfortunately off screen a little bit, but it's not every day you see someone take out Proper, Finn, and Vindime, 3 upcoming Owl players all at once. He is an extremely gifted hit scan player. He is the best rookie DPS coming into the league this year, minus Proper. And although he is hit scan centric, he's kind of the jewel in the crown of Fusion for the upcoming year. Even if Fusion looks rough, I think MN3 is going to look fantastic. I'm really excited for this guy. Jumping back to the list, you also have an intriguing group of DPS players here. I really like all of these guys. Although has looked extremely good in this second round. If you think back to his London 2020 days, really not inspiring, but he has really leveled up in contenders. And as much as I say MN3 is the number 2 guy, I think, although maybe my number 3 guy, although you see Alpha Yi up there too. Basically a lot of rookies here that I'm actually really excited about. Maybe too bullish having them over veterans like Dante and Shockwave and Choice-a-Wan, but that's just because Guangzhou sucks. I love me some Choice-a-Wan. Let's take a quick look at Sam, S9MM. Sam joins the Shock from Redbird from American Tornado, and he is another chaotic player. Here we see the Genji, the flashy Genji clip, the nice blade, and just, I don't know, just a really interesting style of player. He also has a really good echo. And if you've seen my previous video on Kilo, you know I like him, but I don't like absolutely love him. And I think more so than from what I hear on Plat Chat and other sources, I think I like Sam more than the general public, and I think he'll get more playtime than people think as compared to Kilo. Now, I'm very willing to admit I may be wrong, but this might be one of those guys that looking back on the year, you're going to say, wow, he's a top tier player on a top tier team, and I could have drafted him a lot earlier. So me personally, I think I'll end up with Sam on a lot of teams, but it's kind of hard to say. I'm not going to go through the entire list. Like I said, it is available for download, and this is where things start to get a little bit iffy. You know, not everyone likes to delve into the negative content, but let's go look at the bottom of the list. I have Gurio dead last. Sorry, Gurio. Sorry, Hadi and Rio, and Bebe and Who Are You? And you know what? The Valiant are going to be better, but I still do not believe. If you want to see the rest of the ranks, like I said, go download. And please leave me some comments, preferably really mean ones, so I can make a video about those next time around, right? That takes me to the end. Quick life update and apology for not having a video for 2 months. You guys know I absolutely love doing this. Sorry for not doing it, because I know you were relying on some of my videos, at least, you know, maybe a little bit. You know, I'm not going to get all lifey on you here, but occasionally something comes up in life. And here at work, I had a cool opportunity at work to do some stuff. I will be busier this year than I planned, but I do still plan on making content. That said, sometimes you got to go for it. And I think, you know, I'll be busier professionally this year than I was last year. And maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's not. A good debate to be had about how much you should be working and how much is healthy. You know, I bit the bullet. I'm doing some more work this year. So figured I'd give you that quick update. Once again, really sorry for not doing more videos, but I hope you enjoy these ranks. This is the start of fantasy season, and I'll still have some content coming before the season starts. I'm really excited to be going to probably the Outlaws homestand. I bought tickets at least, and I'll be at the first match of the year. So I'll be seeing you around. I am really excited for some more fantasy, and talk to you all soon.